Hi all, this is Simona Rich, and in this video I'm going to talk about a few subjects. This idea of the video was born because I recently published the astrology and palm interpretation of James Charles, and especially the comments on BitChute, the other video platform that I use. They were just so cruel because people said that he looks ugly, that he's a nasty person and so forth. And I know his character is, some people would disagree with what he does, with his preferences, with how he pursues relationships, and I do believe he may have some psychopathic qualities. It's very likely because those who are in the top positions of the fields, any field that you take, mostly people with psychopathic traits make to the top. So, but it wasn't because of his character, but because of his sexual preference, and that the fact that he was a guy and he was wearing makeup, that's what made people angry. And this is so sad because every person is different. Can you imagine if you are born a man but you feel like a female? There's nothing that you can do about it. You're just born this way. And I don't know why people are born this way. It could be that it was always the case. Now just more people are accepting, so they come out. Or it could be that because hormones are everywhere in our food, this can maybe change something about their preferences. Or it could be maybe that this is their first incarnation as a man or a woman, so they feel like the body is not suitable. I don't know, it could be many things, but the fact is that they feel that they are in wrong bodies, so there's nothing that they can do about it. So why should we make the person's life difficult for that? And can you imagine how difficult it is for them? For example, they decide to transition, and so they become from male, they become a female, for example, and then they will be bullied. So many people hate them, so every single day it could be a struggle for them. So why should we make it more difficult? Their lives are so difficult because if they go through plastic surgeries and so forth, it includes so much pain. They are likely to be in debt. They would have to, use hormones for the rest of their lives. So already their lives are so difficult. It's very hard for them to find the other half, because sometimes they are attracted to, like if the transgender is female and she's attracted to male, and the male wants only biological woman, and most of them would, so they face so many rejections, so much hatred from the world. So why should we contribute to that? Already their lives are very difficult. And it's so sad to see that people are, I don't even know anything about politics, but some people are right wing, some people are left wing, and they all tick the same boxes. So for example, if people are patriots, they will be against homosexuals and transgenders, and it's like all of them are the same. And then those who are very liberal, they will just accept everything. And it's so sad, because then it makes it so easy for us to be controlled when we fit into any of such boxes. Can you imagine how easy it is for the elites to control us? They know exactly our preferences, and we should listen to our hearts and not just go to some, subscribe to the preferences of some group. We should go by our hearts. And also people become so cruel because of ideologies and religions, and they read those quote unquote holy texts, and then they can kill, forgetting totally their hearts, but they just get so brainwashed by the text. That's all that they see. That's their reality. So the heart is not awake. When the heart awakens, that's true spiritual awakening, and then you no longer can see the world in black and white through one ideology or another, but you become a true human being, and you understand that we all should be treated with love. And everyone deep inside wants to be loved, and even psychopaths, they were traumatized. Most of them were severely traumatized as children, so they become like this. So I cannot be even angry at serial killers, because they were ruined by their parents, by how they grew up. So what's there to hate? Was there to blame? Or if a person is born in a body that they don't connect with, what's there to blame? Why should we be angry at those people? It's so ignorant to do so. What if other people would mistreat you on a daily basis and hate you? How would you feel? So it's always so important to understand, to try to get into another person's shoes, to understand what they go through, why they do the things that they do, because it's likely that if you were born in the same circumstances, you would take similar steps, you would have similar preferences, you would take similar actions. And of course, I disagree with current social engineering where children are, the gender of children kind of is attempted to be messed up with, that children are encouraged to consider such things. That's of course very evil, because we should all develop according to our own nature. So I don't support these things, like encouraging such transitions. But if a person is born like this, naturally their preferences were naturally formed. They were born in wrong bodies, that's how they feel. So it's different to actually trying to change children into something that they are not. And I can't even blame celebrities now. Many people know that many of them are gender reversed, that they are not the gender that they show themselves to be, because they were born in rich families, the ruling families, and those families have really weird habits and traditions, and it's very likely that they kind of changed children's genders, because there are many pictures of famous people that are quite obvious. They are not females, for example, but males. So that could be just happening in the richest families. Yet also I cannot blame them, because they were born into this kind of sick culture. So some of them, I'm sure, had to go through gender change as children without having any say in that whatsoever. So I cannot even blame that. The left and right, those who are conservative and those who are liberal, it's getting so strong, and again it divides the society. And it's so important to try to understand where both of these sides are coming from and find common humanity, rather than seeing each other as enemies and then being easily controlled by the elite that controls both sides, that engineered both sides. That's why it's so important not to fall into any of these traps, any of these sets of preferences, because then you are very easy to control. And if you haven't yet been exposed to the mindset of people with different sexual preferences or transgender people, just go and see their channels, just check how they think, what they go through, and then you will find that they are humans like you. They also want to be loved, they want to be cared for. It's just the same. They just find themselves in different bodies, so what's there to hate? And it's again very sad that if I express this opinion, then people naturally would think I'm totally liberal, okay with everything. But again, I'm not falling into any of these stupid engineered categories, because I'm an independent human being. I don't watch news. I don't subscribe to the current culture. I just make choices from the present moment and from my heart. So please do not put me into any box, because I really don't belong there. But we all should connect with our humanity and make choices from the heart, rather than from, you know, the sets of available beliefs that belong to a particular social category. So that's all I wanted to share with you in this video. Thank you for watching. Have a good day. Take care.